My friends and I are creating a game called The Drunk Thief, and we've been making some solid progress on it.
Get good, nerd.
Why did I even try this? Hold on.
So this video requires a little bit of an explanation. In the past, when I've edited some of the longer videos for my channel, whether that's Rogue Royale Reloaded or Expedition of Extinction, I've hit this point where I'm not sure if it would do better as one long video or two shorter videos. While I was editing this one, it hit the 20-minute mark, and I decided to trust my gut and broke it up into a few different parts, which is what you've been seeing over the past few weeks. But I still have the full version, and I thought it was a fun video on its own. So I decided to upload it anyways. This video has some extended scenes, some alternate jokes, some streamlined segments, and all around just has a little bit of a different vibe to it. So let me know down in the comment section below which style of video you like better. I hope you kick back, relax, and enjoy the development of Drunk Thief Chapter 2, the uncut version. Thank you so much for watching, and God bless.
Last episode, we managed to design the most robust alcohol system in gaming. We managed to prototype a good chunk of it too, which makes sense. I've been making games for well over 7 years now and can practically do this in my sleep. So yeah, whatever we come up with next, I should be able to do it.
Ooh, what if we made the game 3D?
Oh yeah, I like that idea.
What do you think, Ian?
Ian? Hello?
So 3D art is basically 2D art with an extra D. You're welcome. I've wanted to make 3D games for several years now, but for one reason or another haven't been able to do it. Whether that's my laptop not liking 3D, engine limitations, or my lack of 2D art skill. But now that I'm working on a commercial game, I think it's finally time to give this a proper shot. Since I'm staying in the same engine, I should just be able to copy and paste some stuff over, change the scale of some objects, readjust the angles, rebuild the project, and now he's flying. This is going to be harder than I thought. Maybe I just need to slow down and start simpler. Instead of getting everything from the old prototype, I started with just a basic movement system. From there, I got the camera to follow the player across the screen. That's good, but the game doesn't take place in a field outside somewhere. A drunk thief needs a place to, you know, actually thieve from. So I decided to make a little house. It turned out pretty cute too. Just don't mind that the walls are paper thin, that no furniture exists, and don't even get me started on the upstairs. I would take you up there, but trust me, it's beyond broken. I'd seriously have to put an epilepsy warning on the video. Some of these are what we in the industry call a, well, we call it a skill issue.
Get good, nerd.
Fake game developer exposed.
Yeah, I get it. Here's the thing. 3D is just really hard to do in this engine. Like, there's this weird quirk where I have to hold control to rotate the camera, which makes the scene hard to navigate and near impossible to look at individual rooms. Defold also has no built-in shadow system. At first, this was a huge pain point, but then I found a 3D lighting system made by Dragosha. I found a 3D lighting system made by this guy that cleaned things up nicely, but now I have to use that specific material on everything. Then it started leaving a green outline around stuff sometimes. The main limitation is just the 2D and 3D style I'm attempting. I don't think there's a way around this anymore. It's time to learn 3D modeling. So let's just download a 3D modeling software and do a few tutorials.
Now, don't go too high on the subdivision level. Your computer may not be able to handle those many polygons.
Bet.
Well, that is the end of this laptop.
I was able to get some nice 3D models together, but I ran into some limitations. None of the walls were exactly aligned. I tried to make a doorknob but couldn't, so I just stuck a cylinder through the door. The game is taking on a more angular look. It's purely a stylistic choice and has nothing to do with my game engine freaking out about slight curves.
Besides all that, I'd say this is looking like a pretty good little prototype. This should be done in no time. Well, that took a while. And the thing is, I've just been procrastinating with build to scale mountains. If you want to see that video, check out the link in the corner. Anyways, it's been so long since I've touched this project, I think I've just completely forgotten how to use Blender at this point, so I'm gonna have to go and learn that again.
So to learn a new tool, I have to go to the source. Yeah, this one should do the trick. Now that I know the basics of Blender, it's time to actually make something. I started with a simple cardboard box. I made it out of planes, which didn't work since it's see-through now. I made another box out of objects which looks better but isn't properly aligned on any of the edges. Finally, I made a box that looks good and even included a handhold, and that only took me an entire week to do. While it does take a bit, I can't deny that the results are starting to look pretty good. So yeah, I think I've gotten the basics of 3D modeling down.
Yeah, man, that looks awesome.
Yeah, how's the rest looking?
The rest?
Yeah, we designed an entire factory for you to prototype, right?
Right, you said you'd have the entire thing done by now.
Look, I've been busy.
Ian, come on now. We've been trying to work on this game for like 2 years. What have you been doing?
Oh my gosh, it's a floating grocery list!
Yeah, I guess that explains it.
What we're trying to say is you should have done more by now.
Hold on, my vacuum is exploding. We'll talk again next week. Well, now I have to take my limited 3D modeling skills and try to make a full prototype in a week. This should be interesting. Also, yes, my vacuum did explode. Thanks for asking. So I initially tried to cheat a little and use pre-purchased 3D models. They looked great, but my engine wasn't having it. So it looks like I'm stuck doing this the old-fashioned way. Jared and I worked together and tried to make an entire factory set.
Alright.
What did you do?
May have created an abomination.
Oh boy. Just one side of the cube is just his mouth.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're gonna need a vent wall.
I guess you can do like a little hole at the top of the...
That's what I'm thinking, yeah. I'm gonna have to start naming these, otherwise I'm gonna forget in the morning what's what. Why did we put this stupid little hole up here? We're gonna get some pretty long names here. Corner,
we
one
are.
window, one door.
It's such a bad name for a file.
It's perfectly
We're-
descriptive.
It is very descriptive.
Wall vent high, which implies there is a wall
There's
vent
a
low.
Then you just don't put one.
Exactly. Always keep them guessing, Jared.
In this case, them is you.
Exactly, Jared. Now you see it.
I'm becoming a programmer.
Alright, I think we did it.
Yep.
We have our little set. So I decided to update my game engine, but then models started disappearing on me. After doing some reading, I found that I was using a deprecated model type. I re-exported everything and it still didn't work. So I downloaded an older version of my game engine since it was working. And it did work, but it ran super slow. Everything was rendering properly, but I called it quits for the night since the northern lights were visible. Also, since when have they been red? I got a little more comfortable 3D modeling and got the shipping room remade at the correct scale. I found some public domain textures that made it look really good too. I started modeling some additional stuff. A pallet, a picnic table, a street lamp, a donut, the Taj Mahal, a 2-scale replica of the moon, a cursed 3D render of Derek. This is terrible. Why did I even try this? A subscribe button for if you're enjoying the video. Nah, that one's stupid. I then called it quits since there was a rocket launch.
Hey man, what are you even looking at? The rocket's over here.
Oh, I missed it. I thought it was the other one. Oh, man.
I then encountered my fiercest opponent yet, the door. Seriously though, this thing was a huge pain. At first I had a door that wanted to be a wall, a door that put Derek into the floor, then I had a door that became the floor. I finally got a door that mostly looked right. Why all this trouble? Well, it's because of something called a quaternion, which in layman's terms is, I don't know how it works either, please don't ask me. Now, due to render time, I don't want everything loaded in all at once since most computers can't handle it. So I made the door a trigger to load and unload different areas off screen. I'd say it was pretty successful. I realized that the skybox I was using was way too bright, so I tried to change it and accidentally made a horror game. I could see Let's Players reacting to this. Finally, everything started to come together cleanly. Now, I really can't have areas popping in and out since that breaks immersion, so I just made all of the walls really tall for now. That is what we in the industry call "I'll fix it later." Probably. I got more of the factory done, and it was really starting to come together. Enjoy such iconic features as the employee break room, the mixing room, the endless void outside, camouflage doors, speedrun strats. You know, the more broken a game is, the more speedrunners love it. I tried to get some coding done, but my dogs really wanted attention, and who could say no to them? I was having issues where the game's camera wasn't following the player back and forth. As a result, I had to relearn trigonometry at literally 2:30 in the morning, but now it works. I tried adding in some light puzzle mechanics, but had very mixed results. But hey, at least the camera follows the player correctly, right? Right? I was able to 3D model a car. It looks great until you realize it has no tailpipe, doors, mirrors, or headlights, so it's just a box on wheels. Hold on. I really can't tell the difference. You know what? I'll do the cringe YouTuber thing. If this video hits 1,000 likes, then I'll put this in the game somewhere as an Easter egg. Oh man, I feel like I just sold part of my soul to YouTube. I tried to get the cars working in-game. Too bad the car thinks it's a bird. I started getting an outside area together for the factory, so say goodbye to the endless void, but say hello to the highway system. What industrialization does to nature is just disgusting. I tried modeling some actual mechanics. I got a nice little stealth minigame with a dog together. Plus, you can now play in traffic, so I guess that's a plus. What's this? Preston sent me some of her art to use in the prototype. Oh yeah, I can work with this. So, how was the last week for you two?
Week? Ian, you've been missing for months.
It's literally snowing outside. My dog started eating the wall you took so long.
That's not important. I'm sure both of you did some good work.
Yeah, I sent you an update on art for Derek.
Yeah, that looks great.
Jared, what did you do?
Well, first, you see, I grabbed the raw with rubber gloves. That huge. I like it more, but my girlfriend likes it more cooked, so obviously she gets what she wants. But yeah, that's how I learned how to make pepperoni garlic bread.
Anyways, here's what I did. Out here you can see Jupiter. It took a while to model since it is to scale. I know we talked about combat a bit, so I decided to give Derek a shotgun.
I don't see anything that we talked about here.
Did you kill him? I didn't agree to that.
Yeah, man, come back when you actually have something done, okay?
Guys? Guys? Okay, in all seriousness, here's what I did. Alright, so here is Derek with Preston's new art. Derek does need to be a little careful here.
Why'd you hit our boy with a car?
We don't need to drag him into this.
It's a dog.
Yeah, it is. Just
He looks sad.
Yeah, just don't step on a stick because he gets mad.
Oh.
And now he has to run across traffic again. Look what you made me do.
Sorry, I didn't know the dog with evil laser eyes was gonna send you back across the cars again.
What's wrong with its wheels? Where's the background?
Do you not just go to work in a giant void?
No, I stare into a void. It's called a computer screen.
And then he has these totally original box grab animations, so he can move it around.
I think that's in Fortnite.
What do you mean this is in Fortnite, Jared?
It's in Fortnite, dude. You can box.
No, you build, ding dong.
Yeah, but you build boxes.
Boxes that you can stand inside. You can't stand inside that.
You can stand inside this one, though.
Oh my gosh, we built Fortnite.
Alright, and I hate to admit it, but he is completely stuck inside the box. I can't get him out.
Oh, no.
I removed his ability to jump because it was too broken and he could just get around the obstacles. Yeah, I couldn't figure out how to model the inside of a fridge, so I just gave a little Among Us minigame where you can just collect.
Among Us is cool, though.
Yeah, Among Us, is that still hip with the kids? It was when
Probably
we started this game. So you can see our little mouse friend there. He might look familiar to the astute of you.
To those that are cool.
Yeah. To those of you, the 251 of you who watched that video. Alright, so the office up here is locked, right? You can't do anything about that. But you remember how earlier I grabbed that cheese?
Mhm.
You can lure this little mouse, but if you get too close, he runs away. But if you drop the cheese, then you can steal the mouse. And you see this tiny little, like, 4-pixel wide vent on your screen?
If I squint.
Yep, you can shove the mouse in there.
Oh.
You can see Fortnite in the back.
Yeah, look at that.
This is legitimately Fortnite. He finally made Fortnite. Yay! Let's cash it in.
Who's this gentleman?
So this is your first combat opponent, so you can run over and fight him. Ignore the phasing through reality that's taking place. What was the punch button I programmed? I legitimately don't remember what I coded the punch button to be.
Oh no.
Attack is V. I guess that makes sense.
V?
Yeah, it's like
What?
the knife button in Call of Duty, so you can hit him. You can punch
Yeah,
him.
it's a melee button.
Take him out, and he just phases
What about-
out of existence.
What about like the left or right click button?
That's too complicated. Look, I can't even get the doors hidden up here, okay?
Ian, come on.
Look, and then you can come back here to the secret lab. Sorry for flashbanging you.
I think he tripped in the doorway and died. Now he's in heaven.
And here's there. He's gone. That's it.
Game over.
Game over.
Was a pleasure.
So you two like it?
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
You did all right, but the first draft always looks like.
What? I thought I actually did a good job with it.
Yeah, no. Now that President kind of pointed out, it's kind of a mess. Are you colorblind?
Ouch.
That's some good old destructive criticism for you. Get good, nerd.
So this video took a lot longer than I thought it would. That's because this has been a crazy year for me. And I'm not just talking about the 3 other games I made, or was it 28? Math is hard. But also, it was just a big year for me personally. I saw a solar eclipse, I saw the Northern Lights, led a Bible study, I learned to water ski. Almost. I became a vacuum cleaner, I ran a half marathon, I was in a car crash. Okay, that last one was a lie, but I have been extremely busy. I'm not really planning on slowing down either. What I'm trying to say is I have no idea when the next devlog is going to be done, so subscribe and click the bell notification to be notified of when it does. In the meantime, check out the first part to see how this whole game got started, or this other video of mine YouTube thinks you'd enjoy. Thank you so much for watching, and God bless.